Now, I don't care. This is like, it's almost 4:30, 7:30 Georgia time as I'm recording this. We've got some outside noise, helicopters and all that shit. Now, this is not a good thing. If, and I can only say hypothetically, I think that the election probably was stolen, but I can't prove it. I want to keep my YouTube channel, but I will say that there's a lot of suspect things happening. And if the Democrats honestly won, and by the way, I spit at the Republicans too after that stupid debate last night. If they honestly won, why are you afraid and why are you trying to send this man to prison? Now, I would give up a couple of $100 to somebody if Trump. I mean, I'm serious, right? People think I'm joking, but it's like if Trump goes to federal prison, maximum security. I mean, Bruno dropped the soap in the shower room. Okay, dropping the soap in the shower room, sharing jail cells, and he goes to jail for life without parole before the primaries are up. I'll donate a couple of $100 to somebody who really wants it or really needs it. Okay, because this is BS. This is the I'm thinking this is the motorcade here for the former president. Now, I personally am not willing to vote. You can do what you got to do, okay? But if the voting system is possibly fucked, what's to stop it from being fucked again? How do we keep track? I suppose you could have a lot of voters saying, where the voting system is like supposed to be private, secret ballot. You could have the anti-secret ballot viral videos. When everybody ate Tide Pods, everybody says, "This is me. My name is John Doe, and I'm voting for Trump. Here's my vote. I'm sending it in. I'm voting for this person," right? And everybody from wherever, they say the same thing. Everybody announces who they're voting for, so that what happened in 2020 can't happen again. But I don't think I'm going to be donating money to anybody. I really do not think that Trump is going to a maximum security prison with life without parole before the primaries are decided. I really do not think that's going to happen. And the only people that should be angry right now are the Georgia state taxpayers. The Georgia taxpayers are the ones who should be pissed. These are your tax dollars at work. Your tax dollars at fucking work. It was funny to see Rudy Giuliani with his mugshot. The guy who looked out for firefighters, policemen, first responders, paramedics, right? During the worst time in our history. I think Joe Rogan was wise to say this too. When 9/11 happened, people were proud to display their flags. Everybody was nice to each other for a while. Then we had problems with the Bush administration. I also think it would be unwise for Trump to be a strict Republican when he's running, because you see what happened. I mean, Trump might have been bad. He might have made some bad decisions during his presidency. And I saw somewhere, we we had no picture there for a bit. And I saw somewhere that because they're trying to get him on acts he did as president, that he has some presidential immunity. I don't think that's the right legal term, but he has immunity for the acts he did as president and not before or after. So they're going to try to drop the charges anyway. This is all a fucking circus. Whether there's immunity because he was president, whether because, between Saudi Arabia tearing up burial Indian Native American grounds, the Roe versus Wade being overturned, Syria hiring idiots on his staff in the first couple of years of his term and had to fire people. Got the motorcade there. So, I mean, there are bad decisions I'm sure Trump had made that he had to correct himself on. But Pence was worse. Pence turned on him. You're supposed to be loyal to the end to your formal best friend there, okay? So that debate happened and nobody really cared. Nobody cared or thought anything of Pence after that. Any opinions went out the fucking window. Chris Christie's an idiot. taking up beaches and the George Washington Bridge. I mean, I would say Bill Richardson is the only Democrat I probably like up next to Jerry Ford. Jimmy Carter doesn't say much. He's hiding in wherever he is till he dies. All these politicians. I still remember Strom Thurmond. He had that red hair. He died in his 90s. Nancy Pelosi's gone. Good, because she was corrupt as the rest of them. Let me lower this a little bit. But you can see this on Associated Press. And then Fox News had the audacity to say, well, you can't reproduce any clip from Fox News for the debate that's more than 3 minutes, or they shut down your channel. That's nice, Fox News. How's the reception going over there compared to the Tucker Carlson interview? That doing good? And even Trump said in his tweet, or was that True Social, that they had more than double the views that the Super Bowl had, like 230 million views for that interview. I might go over that 45-minute interview again and see if there was anything that really stuck out at me, because everybody else is talking about it. But yeah, this is a fucking circus. It is a fucking circus. It's shit. Because if they try to find a way to end Trump legally, okay? What is it? Remember what Charles Bronson said in The Hitman? Murder is killing without a license. If they try to find it, it's not going to end anything. Remember I told you in a previous video, ending Trump does not end the problems. It's going to make things worse for everyone because they know what's happening. It doesn't matter who is in the debate. DeSantis, DeSurley, Chris Christie, all these other people. There was another guy, Vedic. I'm not sure if I trust him, but you see, I think the problem was that he's running against Trump, but that he supports a lot of what he does. So he's flip-flopping right now, and you don't want a flip-flopper. There's just too much going on right now. We don't want another Bush in the White House. We just want things to improve, okay? We got problems at the borders. We got problems with employment. We have mental health. We have physical health, problems with schools. I'm thankful that he didn't undo the legalizing of pot. We still have pot legalized in California. So if you're a Californian, great. But there's no way that Trump is going to federal prison, maximum security, okay, where anybody goes, if you're poor, for life without parole before the primaries are up. Because I thought about giving up $300 of my money to someone. And that's months away. That's in June. So I would be out $300 to somebody who would really want that money. But yeah, I mean, this is silly shit. 8 minutes in. I think I'm starting to run out of things to say. This is what I wanted to do, was to talk while this was happening live and running out of things to say. If you think that any of the career politicians care about you, including our state governor, who disobeyed lockdown orders. Pelosi disobeyed lockdown orders. How many people? Gavin's related to Nancy Pelosi, right? It's like a nephew, isn't he? These people don't care. We didn't get to lock up Hillary. I don't care what Tom Lakis told you. I know Tom Lakis is the guy you listen to about men versus women. I don't care what Mark Hamill of Star Wars and Joker, Batman told you. They're delusional. Those two men are delusional. And a lot of other actors who want to support the current thing are delusional. Your fight is not with Trump. Your fight is with the system, who seeks to fuck you over, just like Hollywood right now. There are some good people in Hollywood, and there are some bad people, and they have to figure out how to compensate these actors while the strike is going on. But also, too, and concerning artificial intelligence, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, private domain must be established between public domain and intellectual property. That means that, like in the case, Elvis is a big corporation on its own. But if I were to die and I was a popular actor, my face and my voice would be licensed out and not sold to any company, because that should fall under slavery rules. Nobody should be owned by anybody. I don't think James Earl Jones's voice should be owned solely in the custody of Disney. I think it should be licensed out to Disney. So that, like, let's say 3 years are up. Well, now they got, let's say 3 years are up. So by 2026, they have to renew the rights to use James Earl Jones's voice. So that's how it should be. Between that and the government's falling apart here, and all this money going to Ukraine and not to help Hawaii, and now help is going to Hawaii. And I'll tell you, there were people that resigned over there that were mishandling the affair with the fires. I'm good on them that they resigned. That's more than anybody would have done. Nancy Pelosi was forced to resign because she got caught. These people got caught too, but they had to resign quickly. But I'm good that they resigned, and rather than try to hold on to their power. I don't like when people try to hold on to their power. It's not worth it. You got golden parachutes, all of you. So what are you worried if you don't do your job? You don't have to wear a suit and tie. You don't have to put on fake smiles. It's not like modeling. You don't have to do all that anymore. Now you can just sit back and relax and pretend you give a shit and sitting in your homes like it was quarantine time. But this is a waste of taxpayer dollars. This is a waste of energy, and it's not going. I right now DJ Cobra's simulcasting, and he's going to tell you it's going to make Trump popular, because that's what it's really all about. It's not about this person or that person or this person here or that person there. It's about Trump and anybody who follows in his footsteps to say, by the way, I completely agree with everything he did and said, and I'm going to do the same thing here as well. So there are going to be people after him. I mean, not after him in the like chase, but who will follow him as politicians, because people are tired of this shit. And I think like egos and bad behavior, like in the City of Bell scandal that happened in 2010, that's human nature. It's natural for people to be like this. But it's not natural for us to have been complicit and complacent, to have been allowed to be like nodding our heads and voting for the people that keep fucking us over, that keep voting for bad housing projects, bad zoning laws, potholes to be paved, you know? Things have to be fixed. Things have to be finished. So that's about it. I'm going to go get Carl's Jr. or Hardee's, depending on which state you're in. Do you like Hardee's? I'm just going to tune out of this for a while and watch some Sonic the Hedgehog, I guess. Something not political. But this isn't the end. Just a spoiler, he's not going to federal prison. Trump is not going to go for life without parole before the primary candidates are decided. If that really does happen, I'll donate some money to someone. Who wants $300 from me? Raise your hand. I'm sure you all do. But don't think that's going to happen. All right? And tonight I'll be doing some gaming and probably talk about James Gunn and my rejection of the DC universe. All right, see you then.